What we're going to do is take a modern deadbolt lock, and we're gonna fill all that back in with new wood. So it'll be, nice and solid. And then we'll drill all our new holes and be like a new door.
Hometown is a popular HGTV series that focuses on preserving old homes while upgrading them to suit modern living. The series is particularly interested in community and local craftsmanship. At the heart of the show are Ben and Erin Napier, a couple whose dedication and skills in revitalizing homes in their hometown of Laurel, Mississippi, inspire viewers. Each episode typically involves the Napiers taking on a renovation project, where they use their skills, Ben's woodworking and craftsmanship, and Erin's design vision, to breathe new life into old homes. Although the fans love Ben for his heartwarming and home-flipping ideas, something unusual happened in the 7th season. Ben suddenly stopped appearing on the show, which left the fans worried. What happened to the home renovation genius? Come along as we spill all the tea about Ben's struggles.
That is so cool. And this happened so fast.
We are walling up thrower.
Well,
we are throwing up some walls.
The idea for Hometown sprang from Ben and Erin's deep love for their community and their desire to revitalize and preserve the historic charm of Laurel's aging and often neglected homes. However, their path to television started with an online journal Erin created, Make Something Good Today. Through the journal, she documented their lives and the renovation projects they were undertaking in Laurel. One particular project, the renovation of their 1925 Craftsman cottage, caught the attention of an HGTV executive. The beauty of their work and the story they told through the journal projected their talent and passion for revitalization. In 2014, HGTV approached the Napiers after the executive discovered their work online. The network was particularly impressed by their dedication to their community and their vision for transforming the homes in Laurel while preserving their historical integrity. This led to the development of Hometown, which first aired in January 2016. On the show, Ben handles the physical renovations, and being a graphic designer, Erin manages the design aspects. She's in charge of colors and aesthetics generally. Their collaborative efforts have not only renovated homes, but also aimed to rejuvenate their entire town to attract more investors and visitors. As of now, several spin-offs of the original HGTV series Hometown exist, each expanding on the theme and success of the original show. Top on the list is Town Takeover, which extends the Napiers' reach beyond Laurel, Mississippi to entire towns needing rejuvenation. Meanwhile, in Hometown, Ben's workshop, Ben Napier shares his expertise in woodworking by collaborating with other craftsmen and celebrity guests to create various woodworking projects. The show provides a deeper look into Ben's craft and woodworking skills. Also, Hometown Kickstart, a newer entry, was announced as part of HGTV's expansion of the Hometown franchise. The series focuses on giving a kickstart to small towns across the United States. It involves Ben and Erin supporting other HGTV stars as they help different communities with revitalization projects, similar to Hometown Takeover. While that's for the professional front, on the home front, the couple's combined talent in woodwork and visual design have made the show a success. With such a huge feat, it's only normal to want to know more about these transformation geniuses. So, who are this couple, and how do they become a perfect home-flipping duo for the show? Born on September 24, 1983, Ben grew up in Laurel and attended the University of Mississippi, where he met Erin, his future wife and business partner, in an unexpected but charming way. Along with his wife Erin, Ben has carved out a niche in the reality TV space by flipping houses in their small town. This draws attention not only from the local community but also across the United States. His efforts have made him become a familiar face in various households, thanks to his exceptional woodworking skills and his knack for transforming some of the oldest and seemingly most irredeemable buildings into dream homes. However, Ben was not always a woodworker. He had other interests before finally going with home renovation. His background in woodcrafting and design played a pivotal role in shaping his career. Ben's love for renovation and craftsmanship can be traced back to his childhood and was further developed through his education, where he studied history. His deep appreciation for the past and its preservation is a consistent theme in his work on the show. A significant part of Ben's appeal comes from his background and personal story. Raised in a deeply religious family with a lineage of ministers, Ben initially followed in his family's footsteps. He trained and served as a youth minister at a Methodist church. However, his passion for woodworking, which he developed at a young age, eventually became his career focus. Over the years, Ben honed his skills, transforming crappy items into aesthetically pleasing and modern pieces, which earned him praise and recognition for his work. As a child, Ben would visit old buildings, check what they lacked, and think how best to improve them. He was so good that he only needed to take a quick glimpse at the house and would map out a strategy that would transform the home into a jaw-dropping edifice. Despite his religious upbringing, Ben chose to pursue his passion for woodworking full-time, which led him to meet Erin, the other half of the dynamic duo, on Hometown. Ben and Erin Napier met while they were both attending the University of Mississippi, also known as Ole Miss. Their meeting happened in an unimaginable way, thanks to their college yearbook. Erin was working on their yearbook as part of the selector committee and noticed Ben when he walked into the yearbook office to get his photo taken for an annual event. Erin was immediately struck by Ben's appearance and demeanor. She described him as having an aura that made him stand out in a crowd. After meeting, Erin looked him up in the college's student directory and sent him an email. This led to an exchange of messages, and they soon went on their first date. Their connection was instant, and they quickly became a couple. The two attest to the fact that they knew they were going to get married barely 3 weeks of knowing each other. Their connection was that strong. Their relationship blossomed from there, rooted in shared values, interests, and a deep mutual respect. They married on November 22, 2008, and have since built a life together that includes work on Hometown, their shared love of craftsmanship and design, and raising their daughters Helen and May. Meanwhile, Ben's commitment to family and privacy has been a central theme, both on and off the screen. The Napiers have taken steps to shield their daughters from the public eye, blurring their faces on the show to protect their privacy. Speaking of their work, Ben and Erin worked in various capacities before becoming a television personality, including as a youth minister and writer, respectively. However, their love and passion for home renovations remain unrivaled. The duo's passion for woodwork and design led them to leave those paths and focus fully on revitalizing Laurel, and as you would guess, their dedication and level of skill surfaced at different points on the show. For instance, in an episode of Hometown titled Major Home Restoration of Historic Home 109K, Ben and Erin Napier embark on a substantial renovation of a historic home for Stephanie, a kindergarten teacher. This home, known as the McNeil House, has a rich history tied to a local journalist who traveled the world and interviewed notable figures like Martin Luther King. The renovation project presents several challenges and surprising discoveries, including termite damage and structural issues caused by water, which significantly increase the complexity and cost of the renovation. Despite these setbacks, the Napiers proceeded with the creative and structural restoration. They focus on maintaining the home's historical charm while updating it to meet modern living standards. The Napiers did such an amazing job that the episode concludes with Stephanie choosing the McNeil House over another property due to its inherent charm and the potential to make a meaningful connection with the local history of Laurel, Mississippi. Likewise, in the Hometown Takeover episode, the most iconic home restoration, Ben and Erin Napier undertake the ambitious restoration of the Big Fish House in Wetumpka, Alabama, a landmark made famous by Tim Burton's 2003 film Big Fish. Like other similar projects they've worked on, they were faced with the dual challenge of preserving the home's cinematic heritage and updating it for modern living. On their own terms, the Napiers successfully worked on the complex structural repairs and maintained the iconic details that show relics from the film. Due to the little background story of the building, the project eventually became a community effort. That was part of a broader effort in Wetumpka to boost local morale and tourism. Through well-executed restoration and personal touches, the episode brings to light the power of community involvement in revitalizing a town. The Napiers helped turn the Big Fish House into a functional home that continues to attract visitors from all walks of life. With all the recorded success stories on the professional front, Ben's life is far from being perfect. Ben's journey has not been without its challenges. At the peak of his career, he faced several personal and professional challenges. Notably, Ben has been on a transformative health and fitness journey since 2022, partly to prepare for a surgery and improve his overall well-being. Concerned about his longevity, especially in the context of his young daughter's future, Ben embarked on a transformative health journey. He lost 55 pounds through a combination of diet changes, saying goodbye to greasy bacon and other processed foods, and a new exercise regimen that includes cardio and weight training. It's safe to say that the struggle was not just about losing weight, but improving his overall health to ensure he could be present and active for his family, especially his daughters Helen and May. The transformation was crucial as Ben faced a significant health challenge, preparing for shoulder surgery, which was necessary to address a rotator cuff issue, remove a bone spur, and tension found in his cartilage. His efforts were aimed at alleviating issues like high blood pressure and ensuring he could continue to be active on the show. Ben's proactive approach to health was multifaceted, involving ditching his old regular habits and, perhaps most importantly, managing stress and sleep to better support his recovery from surgery and overall cardiovascular health. His dedication not only helped him shed off substantial weight, but also prepared him fully for a scary moment later in 2023. Adding to his health challenges, in March 2023, Ben underwent significant shoulder surgery to address a persistent pain caused by a bone spur, which are bony projections that develop along bone edges. While talking to Barrymore, Ben revealed that he tore his rotator cuff. Ben's issue was a result of an injury he suffered since birth. However, his father-in-law gave him a proper diagnosis in 2023, just before the surgery. Erin shared a picture of Ben's post-surgery state on Instagram while still lying on the hospital bed. She revealed in the caption that he had had his rotator cuff repaired, bone spur shaved off, cartilage trimmed, and the best nurse in the biz. While explaining why Ben had to leave the show and undergo surgery, Erin revealed Ben's rotator cuff gets thinner and thinner and thinner until it finally snaps, and the absence of cartilage due to lesions made the experience more painful for him. As reported by various media outlets, Ben's surgery required extensive recovery and, as a result, inhibited his physical activities and contributed to his disappearance from the show during the 7th season. With the help of Erin and his physiotherapist, Ben has been diligent in his rehabilitation phase and has returned to his renovation projects to continue his contribution to transforming homes and lives with his vision and skills. And, just so you know, Ben's transformation and recovery wasn't just celebrated online by his family. It was shared with the hometown audience, adding a layer of public accountability and encouragement from fans. To a large extent, Erin's social media posts often provide glimpses into the personal lives of the Napiers. This approach helps humanize their television personas, which further makes their health and family-oriented decisions relatable to their audience. Erin shared updates that not only show Ben's recovery, but also to project the supportive nature of their relationship. Erin, being a supportive wife, posts all these updates to show her admiration as to the level of perseverance and dedication her husband possesses as he recovers. The public sharing turned Ben's personal health journey into a motivational story for viewers. It was more like a source of encouragement to people suffering similar plights and how dedication to health and wellness can alleviate health challenges. Sadly, sharing glimpses of their personal lives on social media almost cost them their daughter, Helen. While they enjoyed the proceeds that both popularity and successful TV show afforded them, they faced their share of challenges that extend beyond the usual stresses of television production and renovation deadlines. Their life in the public eye has brought not only professional pressures, but also personal and security-related challenges that have tested their resilience and impacted their family life. Some couple of years back, the Napiers experienced a particularly distressing incident involving a stalker. This individual, who had bizarrely dressed as a stormtrooper, made unsettling statements specifically targeting their young daughter Helen. He claimed that he was sent by God to protect the women of Laurel, Mississippi, particularly focusing on little Helen. The stalker, who was living close to the Napiers' home, possessed items like Barbie dolls and a stuffed animal, which he claimed were for when Helen visited. This situation escalated to the point where Ben and Erin were compelled to take legal action, which led to the stalker's departure from their town. This incident led them to significantly enhance their security measures to safeguard their family's privacy and safety. For that reason, the family has significantly reduced what they post on social media regarding their family, especially their daughters. They now post their daughters' pictures without showing their faces and sometimes blurring their faces. I guess that's the price you pay for fame. With Ben having so much on his plate from health struggles to family security issues, how has he been holding up? What's he been doing recently? Ben Napier has been quite active recently, both in his personal life and professional endeavors. He's still focusing significantly on his health, particularly after the major surgery in March 2023. Ben's recovery involved a significant physical and emotional journey, with an adjustment period where he couldn't engage in his usual activities. His wife Erin shared insights into his recovery process, noting the challenges and his gradual progress towards normalcy. But that was sorted after 6 weeks post-surgery. He's back using his hands to do what he knows how to do best. On the professional front, Ben and Erin Napier's show has been renewed, and the latest season premiered earlier this year. Additionally, the couple continue to work on their spin-off series, Hometown Takeover, where they, along with fellow HGTV stars Dave and Jenny Mars, focus on revitalizing entire towns and continue to register their commitment to community and development. The latest projects include efforts in Fort Morgan, Colorado, which features their ongoing commitment to transforming communities and bringing new life to old spaces. Ben and Erin Napier recently concluded filming the third season of Hometown Takeover in Sebring, Florida. The season focused on rejuvenating a charming lakeside town by renovating both private homes and public spaces. They took on this work because they're affixed to places like this. Their aim is to rejuvenate the once vacation-worthy town back to its glory. While Ben and Erin work away their backsides, their two girls have the best time of their lives in Sebring. Erin revealed in a recent interview that it felt like the family went on a vacation. It's a bit more relaxed here. We've had summer vacation feelings the whole time, even though we're working harder than we've ever worked in our lives. Meanwhile, they're not only concerned about changing the town's condition, but also aim to influence its people. For that reason, the Napiers engaged deeply with the local community. They leveraged their skills to breathe new life into the town's historic areas. Commenting on their time in Sebring, Erin said, "This is something we learned from our own experience in Laurel. You can't restore a town expecting the dollars coming from tourists. You have to depend on the locals. And then anything that comes from outside is gravy. It's extra." Ben Napier's journey from a small-town boy with a love for history and craft to a national television personality can only mean one thing: passion. He could have chosen to be a minister just like his father, but he had his eyes set on something entirely different. But I guess we can still call him a minister in his line of work. Why, you ask? His work not only revitalizes homes, but also strengthens the bond within the community and serves as a source of revenue for most communities. If that doesn't capture the essence of humanity, I don't know what will. As Ben continues to minister across communities with his skill, let's hope he stays fit to keep breathing life into ramshackle houses and intriguing his fans.